Well, Stephen, after a positive Premier Sports Cup group stage, it came to a negative end by 4-1 defeat here at Rugby Park. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling alright. Obviously it's never nice losing, especially 4-1, but I think in terms of the game today, I felt as if Kilmarnock, we knew they were going to have to come out the traps, because I think the fans have been getting on to them. They needed a good performance. You could tell even with their coaches at the side of the pitch, they were demanding tempo. They had a couple of new signings in terms of the right back for Arsenal and Jordan Jones coming in, and I thought that gave the whole place here a lift, and with that happening, you're almost weathering that early stage, and if you get through that without conceding, it's good. But we conceded early with a goal, which was disappointing. But they were really putting pressure on us at that stage. However, having said that, I thought the bravery of the players to continue to play, especially playing out against a team that came here to press. We played round them at times, and then we had a really good spell when they were 1-0 up, and quite rightly we get a goal. And I think that you talk about this group stages, it's great for a magic moment just for wee Matty Yates to get that goal alone. That was unbelievable to watch. An outstanding free kick for a really talented player who's really looked the part in the first stage of the season. But after that, they get I think a soft penalty. I said to the linesman, and he probably wasn't convincing in terms of Scholes' arm being out with his body. It was actually in line with his ribs, so it was going to hit his ribs anyway. So I thought it was a really soft penalty, and when that happens, you need a bit of luck at these places. Of course you do. You're playing against a Premier League side, but when you don't get that bit of luck and you get penalties against you, then obviously it's disappointing, and they went 2-1 up. And I said to the boys at half time, look, we're still in the game, and that's what we tried today, but ultimately Kilmarnock were far too good in the end.
Yeah, of course, you mentioned 2-1 down at the break, and then we come out for the second half, and they're more or less immediately awarded another penalty, which I think was Ollie Shaw would go fill in the box, but he stepped up and missed it. Do you think the luck was going for us at that point?
Well, like I said, my message to them was stay in the game, and when they miss the penalty, you're still there. But I just don't. I didn't think we started the second half with the same vigour, and I still go back to it. Kilmarnock came here; they weren't slack. You need a lot of things going for you. Ultimately, you're playing a Premier League team today, and no matter how we set up and how we play, if they fancy it and they're on it, then they're going to beat us, and that's ultimately what happened. That's just levels in football. There's no much you can do about it. So, listen, the best team won, but I think it's been a really positive group stage for us. We've come away for this group stage with 6 points, which I think's a good total. We've been beat off a Premier League side, and we've been beat off Partick Thistle, who are top end of the Championship, which again we were unlucky at home. But to come away for home to Rugby Park's always going to be difficult, but we think we're in a great place. I think this group of players have got a bit between their teeth, and we're just excited to start hopefully a real positive campaign next week.
Of course, the league season starts next week. Albion Rovers at Oakview Park. How do you go into that game after the Premier Sports Cup games?
I think we just continue to do what we're doing. Everybody knows their job within the shape. We're trying to set up difficult to beat with a defensive structure, but also within that be able to play through the thirds, attacking fullbacks, strikers up the pitch, and that's I think that's credit to us as well to come away to a big pitch like this and still stick with a 4-4-2. It showed that we still want to go and hurt teams. It's easy. You've been here. It's easy to go and set up 4-5-1, 5-4-1, and hope for the best. But we felt as if we wanted to cause Kilmarnock problems, and I thought we did that at times. Although we were beaten by a better side, and that's just like I say, there's nothing you can do about that.
Of course, there was a few players still missing. Daniel Higgins continued injury, and Mikey Miller missed out today. Was there any reason behind that?
Michael Miller had a really close member's family wedding today, which was obviously disappointing for us, because Mikey's been great in the last couple of weeks. Daniel Higgins is almost back. He done the warm-up today, so hopefully we're going to have a fully fit squad next week, although Adam Corbett come off, but I think that's just one we need to manage. But it's competition for places. That's if we're going to have 19 fit players, it's real headaches next week, because a good portion of that squad is done well during this League Cup section.
Cheers, Stephen.
No worries.